Welcome to another episode of the Football Foodie. Today we're going to be talking European soccer. We're going to be recapping Champions League, Europa League. I'm going to be trying these Lay's Max spicy chili chips from Thailand. I think it says wasabi here. I don't know, I can't read Thai. If you can, definitely let me know what it says. We're going to have a fun episode for you guys, but before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Trying to reach 100 subscribers before the World Cup. Every like and subscribe definitely goes a long way. Let's just dive right into it. What happened this week in European soccer? Let's talk about the first one. An upset win, believe it or not, by Galatasaray. I did not think Galatasaray was going to be able to beat Liverpool, but hey, they already did it against Juventus. They did struggle in the second leg, but Galatasaray with a goal for Mario Lamina, the Gabonese wonder, they were able to beat Liverpool in the first leg. Galatasaray seems to be able to play really good at home, so let's see if they're able to keep this momentum up and hold on for the second leg, and if they could progress in the next round of Champions League. They're looking good so far. Liverpool, on the other hand, they just continue to struggle, and if you watch my previous video, you could definitely see why Arne Slot is in the hot seat. So let's keep an eye out on what happens in the next leg. It's gonna definitely be entertaining. You're not gonna want to miss that leg, especially if you're a Liverpool fan. You're probably biting your fingers, all cringed out. I would be too, to be honest. Galatasaray, they look like a threat to win this whole tournament. Another team that I thought was going to have a walk in the park was Barcelona. They went into Newcastle and they were expected to win. But no, Newcastle United ended up leaving with a draw. They were actually leading with a Harvey Barnes goal. And it was up to a Lamine Yamal penalty shot in the 90-minute plus extra time to literally tie the game up. I still think Barcelona is going to win this leg in Camp Nou, but hey, stranger things have happened. Newcastle United, they put up a good battle. They should have won it, but we'll see what happens in the second leg. If you want to put your money on something, put your money on Barcelona. They should advance to the next round of Champions League. Something that I'm still shocked to see happening. Igor Tudor has a job. If you saw my last video, I thought Igor Tudor would definitely be fired by now. But no, he made some interesting decisions. He didn't start Vicario, and that seemed to have backfired badly, with Kalinski letting in 3 goals before the 20th minute mark and having to be substituted in for Vicario. Tottenham, it's not looking good for them. They still haven't won since Tudor took the job. They gave Atletico Madrid 3 easy goals. You could blame the goalie for all of them. I kind of do as a goalkeeper, but the pitch also wasn't helping him. We'll give him some slack for that. Atletico Madrid, they capitalized on the mistakes. They were able to walk away with a 5-2 win. Tottenham, if you're going to want to win a game, let's just say that you're going to have to come up with a 3-0 win against Atletico Madrid. I hope that you guys are able to at least win one game with Igor Tudor as your coach. And Igor Tudor, it's not looking good for you, buddy. I would go on LinkedIn and start looking for other jobs. I don't expect Tottenham to advancing to the next round. If they could draw, that'd be great. If they could win and not advance, that still would be great for their morale. But put your money on Atletico Madrid to advance to the next round. Now, the game with the most goals on Tuesday. Bayern Munich versus Atalanta. Sorry, we're not talking about the one in Georgia. We're talking about the one in Italy here. Bayern Munich was able to score 6 goals. Yeah, Bayern Munich has the firepower. They're one of those teams that once they get rolling, they get rolling. They easily won in Italy 6-1, and hey, I was a little shocked at that. I thought Atalanta was going to put up a better fight, but unfortunately they didn't. Atalanta has a very, very tough task ahead of them going into Germany. I don't like their odds. The only thing that Atlanta has going for them, and unfortunate use for Canada as well, is Alphonso Davies sustained an injury to his hamstring. Hopefully he gets better soon and he's able to play for the World Cup, but it definitely looks like he's not going to be there for the second leg. Let's jump to Wednesday. And since we're jumping to Wednesday, let's give these Lay's Max a shot. Let's try them out. These things are hard to open. Not looking good so far for review. Whoa. Okay, so just off of smelling this, these will maximize your senses. Like, my sinuses are cleaned. It's like I put an EpiPod to my nose just smelling this. I gotta do it one more time. Holy shoot. Guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat this. I'm a little scared, but why not? Let's try this out. Okay, definitely flavorful. It's super spicy. I am probably gonna have to take a break, get up, and get some water in the middle of this video. But this has a good combination of... Oh, the spice just creeps up. This is not gonna be fun, guys. These Lay's Max, these things are definitely maximum spicy. It just smells spicy, to be honest. Good flavor though, I will give it that. Match that I thought was gonna be closer was Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Real Madrid was able to walk away with a 3-0 win with a Valverde hat-trick. I did not see that happening, to be honest. I thought Manchester City was going to put up a better fight, but good on Valverde to get a hat-trick in the first half, and Real Madrid looks like they're rebounding and getting back into form. That's good news for them. We'll see if Real Madrid could keep the momentum up and take it to La Liga. I don't know if I can keep this down. These things are really spicy. My mouth's on fire. Oh my god. No wonder why they don't sell these chips in Canada. It's really spicy. Arsenal, the other matchup that everyone was looking forward to. They ended up drawing 1-1. And at one point they were losing 1-0. They went into Germany expecting to be the favorites and walk away with a win. But good on Leverkusen to come away with a draw in this match. Arsenal definitely should have done better. I would still put my money that Arsenal advances. Arsenal looks like they're going to come out in the next leg. And wow, these chips are spicy. Sorry. Sorry to cut off. I can't even hold my train of thought. Arsenal in the second leg, they should do better. Leverkusen, good on them at home, walking away with a draw, even though they were leading. The other English team in play was Chelsea. Chelsea, they didn't fare any better as well. They were playing the defending champions PSG, and PSG walked away with a 5-2 win. They were just dominant the whole entire game. It was a game where Chelsea kept it close in the first half, but yeah, PSG, they just dominated. They dominated the whole game. Sorry if my voice is like starting to like swell up. These chips are really hot. I might have said that once already. Barcola scored a really nice goal to lead it off. Kvaratskhelia, I'm definitely butchering his name, but the Georgian wonder had 2 goals at the end. PSG just dominated. They look like the defending champions, and rightfully so. PSG, they look like they're waking up. They look like they're gonna contend and want to hold on to their title. Put your money on PSG to win the next leg. It's not looking good for Chelsea. Chelsea, thanks for coming, but hey, just focus on the league. And now, the match that I called it. I told you guys. You guys all thought I was crazy. But I told you guys, Bodo was for real. Bodo, easily, at home, dismantled Sporting with a 3-0 win. They were just dominant the whole game. Bodo looks like the real deal. They were able to beat Inter Milan with ease in those 2 legs. And they seem to be having an easy time with Sporting. And this is nothing against Sporting. Sporting is a good team. But definitely Bodo, they just seem like they're built for this tournament. And this isn't a shocker to me. Bodo had a great Europa League last season as well. Like I said, if Bodo wins Champions League, I would not be shocked. There's been more shocking things in soccer in my lifetime. But Bodo, they look like they're for real. They're a team playing really organized offensive soccer. And yes, having games in Norway does benefit them a lot. Put your money on Bodo. If you're a gambling person, put your money on Bodo to win this. Like I said, I think Bodo can win this whole tournament. They're looking really good. So far, these chips, all I'll say is they're very interesting. I don't hate them. The spice level, definitely not something to play around with. If you can't handle spiciness, don't even think of buying Lay's Max from Thailand. I'm pretty sure this comes with like a warning. You should not eat this if you're white. Really good chips though. Let's talk about Europa League. Where should I start in Europa League? I don't know. I think we're going to start in Portugal with a team called FC Porto. Porto came out to play. They had a great game against Stuttgart. They were able to walk away with a 2-1 win with goals from Portuguese wonder kid Rodrigo Moura and Mofi. Porto just seemed to have dominated the whole entire game. Really good effort from Porto. At one time, it was almost tied up with offside goal that got called off. Rightfully so. The ref made the right call. Porto, they played good. Respectable win away in Germany. I definitely like Porto's odds at home against Stuttgart. Let's see how far Porto could go in Europa League. And I'm not saying this because I'm a fan. I think they can win it all. They're one of my favorites to win the whole tournament. Sticking to Portuguese teams, we're going to be talking Sporting Braga versus Francavoros. I'm definitely mispronouncing it. But Sporting Braga, they went into Hungary. They unfortunately weren't able to capitalize. They walked away with a 2-0 loss. Very unfortunate for Sporting Braga. Thought they were going to be able to do better. And they went into Hungary. And they're down 2-0. Braga is a difficult place to play. So we'll see if Francavaros, I'm definitely mispronouncing it. I'm sorry, my Hungarian friends. It's going to be a tough task for Braga. I would not put my money on them. But hey, it's going to be good with soccer in the second leg. I think it's going to be a close game. Put your money on this. I don't know which way it's going to go. Right now, the Hungarian team looks like they're the favorites, but you still cannot doubt Braga at home. Let's go to another team that normally does good in Europa League. Real Betis. This one shocked me. Real Betis, I thought they were going to beat Panathinaikos. It shocked me that they didn't. Panathinaikos walked away with a 1-0 win at home. And Real Betis, I don't doubt them. I think they could definitely win the next leg easily, 2-0. They have a little bit of a task up ahead, so that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Very tight game. Panathinaikos, good on them. We'll see if Panathinaikos is able to go into Spain and walk away with a draw or a win, but that's going to be a tough task. Real Betis, they're good at this tournament. They should still be able to pull this off. Now, let's talk about a British team that actually did win in Europe this week. Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they walked away with a 1-0 win in France against Lille. This was actually actually the only British team that won. Did so against Leo, who's not an easy opponent. Aston Villa are having a great season. They're number 4 in England for a reason. They have a big game coming up against Manchester United. We'll see if this momentum carries on. But Aston Villa, very good on them. I like their odds in the next leg as well. The other British team, Nottingham Forest, they unfortunately lost at home. Midtjylland from Denmark came into England and they walked away with a 1-0 win. Kind of a shocker, to be honest. I thought Nottingham Forest was going to be way better at home, and I thought they were going to be able to at least win this game. They were definitely one of my favorites to go far in this Europa League tournament, but it's not looking good for Nottingham Forest. They have a tough task ahead of them going into Denmark. Another one of my tournament favorites was Roma. Roma versus Bologna. Roma, they drew Bologna 1-1. This one didn't shock me, to be honest. Bologna, they have played Roma in the past. They're in the same league. They were preparing for this one. They were playing at home. Roma walking away with a draw was not a bad thing. I still think Roma at home is going to be able to walk away with a win and advance to the next round of Europa League. But I thought they would at least be able to keep it 0-0 or have a 1-0 win. Good on Bologna. This little Italian derby looks like it's going to be very interesting the second leg. Another match that ended in a draw that I thought definitely was going to be a win was Lyon. Lyon went into Spain and they walked away with a 1-1 draw. Celta Vigo, they're not a bad team, but Lyon, I definitely thought with Endrick going to be able to do way better. Lyon is also one of my tournament favorites as well. I think that Lyon is definitely going to have a good second leg at home, so we'll see how they perform. Endrick, he needs to step up with some crazy goals if he wants to help Lyon advance to the next round of Europa League. Now, another game that I don't think anyone watched unless you're from Belgium was Genk versus Friedberg. Genk won. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even see the highlights of that one. We'll see how far Genk can go. None of these teams are my favorite to win. That's just a throwaway match in Europa League. I did not think Tottenham was going to bomb that badly. I did not think Igor Tudor was still going to have a job. And I also thought Man City was going to put up a better fight against Real Madrid. England, the British teams, they're underperforming. The only one that won was Aston Villa. Big underperformance. But everything else seemed to be in order. Galatasaray as well. They're playing really good. I think they're going to go farther in Champions League than people thought. But the real story here, let's be honest, it's not these spicy chips from Thailand. It's Bodo. Bodo, I'm telling you people, don't sleep on Bodo. Whoa. Whoa, this is spicy. I have the water for this one. That one just went down the wrong hole, by the way. Totally not fun. Wow. Starting to sweat. I'm not even kidding. I apologize if my face is turning red. But let's talk about Bodo. I think Bodo is for real, guys. I really think Bodo, they're meant to win this tournament. That's what they're focusing on. I don't think they have anything else that they're really concerned about, but going far in Champions League, and it makes sense. They're a smaller team. This is the best financial incentive for them. They have an easier schedule compared to the British teams and the Italian teams going on. So if Bodo goes to the finals, I wouldn't be stunned. If Bodo wins it all, I'd probably be maybe a little bit stunned. But like I said earlier, there has definitely been things in soccer that I've never thought would happen. Leicester winning. That happened in 2016. Greece winning the Euro. That unfortunately happened in 2004. Soccer is one of those sports where there's always upsets and there's always David versus Goliath moments. This just might be the David versus Goliath moment for Bodo. I think this is the spotlight's on them, and I think the whole world is going for the little minnows. So let's see how far Bodo could go. This is going to be a great Champions League. It's definitely one that I look forward to seeing all the matches of the second leg. Something I didn't look forward to today were these Lay's Max. By the way, my stomach is legitimately on fire. These things are not a joke. Things are really spicy, and I'm pretty sure like my nose is starting to drip right now. So yeah, these Lay's Max will definitely maximize and screw up your stomach. These things definitely should be banned for white people, by the way. And spicy. Let's see you in the video. Let's give you my review about Lay's Max. Great flavor, by the way. For something really spicy, these things have really good flavor. Really spicy. I would eat them again. If they were just a little bit less spicy, like one level less, these things would be very enjoyable. I feel like once my spice tolerance goes up, or if you have a high spice tolerance, this is definitely something that's enjoyable. It has a nice little Asian Thai kick to it, which gives it a unique flavor. Something you don't get in a lot of chips in North America. So I definitely recommend it. If you can get your hands on these and you want something spicy to clear out your sinuses, Lay's Max for the win. What do I give these out of 10? For flavor, I'd give it an 8. For spice, an 11 out of 10. Overall, definitely an 8 out of 10. Try it. If you're tired in the morning and you want a kick and you don't do coffee, these things might be it for you. Also, if you're eating chips to wake up in the morning, you have bigger problems. Don't eat chips in the morning to wake up. But if you want to radicalize your taste buds and get your sinuses going, Lay's Max is the way to go. Thank you guys for watching another episode of The Football Foodie. Like always, my stomach is screwed up. Great time watching all of these soccer games. Looking forward to the next legs of these. Once again, thank you for watching The Football Foodie. I'll see you guys on the next episode.